Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Summit Asia, powered by Twitch. I'm LD, of course, and I'm joined here by Gods.
You ready for game 3, man?
Not as ready as you are. I felt a little outdressed, so I put on the black.
Oh wow, yeah, you did. I didn't notice.
button.
That's where you went before
Wanted
the
to
break.
level up.
Oh my gosh, I thought you looked okay. You just took Twitch chat to heart, flaming your V-neck.
No, dude, I'm not afraid of the V-neck.
Okay.
It's just you.
I left all my V-necks in Australia. I actually have like I don't have a V-neck wardrobe, but I had like 2 or 3, none of which I brought back to America. And summer's coming up, so I'm V-neck deprived.
V-neck deprived.
It's
Is that a
thing.
real illness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much like IG, who had the case of the feeds last game, I have the case of the lack of the V-necks currently.
Well, with that being said, just letting you know, LGD, we may be running a few minutes late here, but guys, it's time now for Game 3, Invictus Gaming versus Vici Gaming. IG versus VG. Well, who's it going to be? Deciding Game 3, loser goes home. Winner plays a best of 3 against LGD immediately after this. I feel like IG or VG are both stronger than LGD right now, but honestly, Chinese Dota's kind of a mess. It's feeling more and more like the Southeast Asian scene by the day, where almost any team can beat any other. DT took in the ESL 1 qualifiers, which are happening right now as well, and it's a dog-eat-dog world, Gods.
It's really hard to predict. I mean, the one thing you kind of can say is like DK's the best team in China, but then the last few days you can't say that. DK lost to freaking Tongfu's Bloodseeker. They lost to CIS 2-0. They lost to DT Club 1-1 against DT Club, and it's just all over the place in Chinese Dota.
Yeah, there's a few teams like Tongfu Wenzhou that are not taking games off of other teams, but outside of that, it's a very open pool. Well, with that being said, guys, our deciding Game 3 is coming up. We've got 3 best of 3s headed your way today. IG versus VG will wrap up soon. Then we play LGD versus the winner, and we round it off, of course, with the winner bracket finals, DT versus Newbie. So without any further ado, let's go into the draft.
And a very interesting draft.
He was ready this time.
We've got ourselves... Vici Gaming had first pick, so they basically did a throwaway ban on the Axe. Like, it wasn't a complete, like, this is a hero not worth banning, but it's like a... You never see this hero banned on the first stage. It was ignored in game 2, but they really wanted to leave lots of tier 1 heroes in the pool. So they left Lycan, Batrider, and Centaur. They take Lycan first pick, and I think it's because it's like, well, IG can get either Bat or Centaur. They're not going to get both.
Nix.
No Centaur. Centaur gets ignored. I'm completely wrong. I said he'd be the big hero, but when heroes like Lycan and Bat are in the pool, that's when Centaur does get ignored.
Yeah, Vici changed up their draft strategy for this game. Instead of just banning Centaur and going for the leftovers, they leave 2 in the pool and go for a trade.
Yeah.
So they just fundamentally changed their approach. And Lycan for Bat, it's a Radiant Lycan. I don't know if that's even a great trade. I would personally rather have the Bat, but let's see what Vici built around the Lycan pick.
Yeah. Well, I guess the problem becomes like you give away a dire side Lycan. So it's like maybe we want the Batrider, but we definitely do not want to be giving away a dire side Lycan. And Lycan. The thing is, if you take Bat, your opponents get Lycan and Centaur. Maybe I guess Nyx is kind of the reason I think Vici go Nyx is because it matches up better against Batrider in general. Carapace onto the Firefly.
I don't think Lycan Centaur is too bad to give up. It is a dire Lycan is the other thing though. So
yeah, Nyx is nice against Dazzle as well because you got the burst damage to blow up Dazzle before he can grave anyone. So I think I actually don't mind the Nyx over Centaur pick here.
Yeah, that being said, it's good on paper, where Nyxes often have struggled lately as offlaners is actually executing in practice, getting their levels, being relevant in the mid game, getting level 6 in a timely fashion. If their support not being as good in the laning stage, we will see if they can pull it off. But well, now the second stage of the bans begins. Dragon Knight removed by Vici. Worried about a bit of an IG death ball. Also banned the Wraith King, so pretty much just exclusively banning the tanky initiators. When we've seen tanky initiators do a lot of work in this series so far. In terms of who's left, Doom's still out there for IG. In terms of what 430 likes to run, we've seen him run the gamut from the tanky initiators. We've often seen his Storm, his TA. So the IG could still look to pull out, and TA would not be bad this game. Vici a bit light on just damage over time, and Lycan gives you some damage sources, but let's see what they do. They will have the first pick coming out of the stage. There's also the Shadow Shaman TA combination, which is very strong on the dire side. They could go for that as well. We'll see.
Oh, the other thing that's still in the pool is the good old Wisp Tiny. IG have run this.
We saw Wisp banned in the second stage in game 1, but not in game 2. And
Wisp Tiny against Lycan, not bad. Like having to relocate to deal with his split push and then just get back to a fight. I kind of like Wisp Tiny here. Like you've got the Dazzles, like Wisp Dazzle, not a good support duo, but at the end of the day, like you can do some dual lane mid with the Dazzle +1 top. I wouldn't mind seeing IG go for that Wisp Tiny here again. Although it was just yesterday they lost.
Here
with
comes
it.
the Faceless Void. They go Witch Doctor.
Yeah.
Either a Void or just a mass push strat.
Void is like the hero which we've seen teams use against Lycan.
They banned Ancient Apparition in the first stage, so it could be setting up for a general push strat, but I'm expecting a Void here.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's either the really heavy early to mid game push, so they'll get like a. I guess Dragonite
Chen,
spammed
Death
out.
Prophet,
So.
Pugna, heroes like that.
Yeah.
Pugna and Death Prophet kind of food for Nyx though.
Yeah.
I think it's a Void pick. But what goes with the Void? What's their final pick?
I think a Ferrari hero. So Void, Bat, and then they want like a Storm Spirit type hero maybe. The long range initiation is nice against Lycan.
We've seen teams go TA and Void, and I do not like that
No.
combo. I mentioned the TA because their dire side 430 likes to play TA, but I think it's a trap going for TA Void.
Where is the Mirana picks? Like seriously, these teams ignore Mirana so hard. It's such a good hero, and like just run a Mirana mid with a Void. Like Mirana's a good kind of tempo, like good mid game hero. Not really a Ferrari hero, but it should become a Ferrari hero. Why not?
just play the damn hero. It's good.
It's so good.
They'll take Venge for Vici, so they get themselves a bit of an RO stack.
Is this like a preparing for the Void pick by having Swap in your team
I
kind of pick?
think so. I think it's good versus Void as well.
It's also the Batrider counter. Like as far as supports go, Ventral Spirit Swap is the.
It's just solid with the Lycan as well. So I think it's a well-rounded support.
It's
pick.
more auras to combine with Lycan as far as minus armor goes. So Dazzle does have the weave, which you can use defensively. So both teams have lots of bonus plus armor as well as minus armor. I think IG are in a slightly better position with the draft as far as they can go so many different directions. For Vici Gaming, it's going to be all about drafting around the Lycan pick as well as drafting to counter what IG are going to do. And IG pick Luna, so it's maybe going to be more
Pushing
that carry,
focus.
that push focus that you talked about.
Who's the offlaner to do this?
I think Batrider
It could be Bat. That's true. Well, who's the mid then? Death Prophet.
I think you just get any tempo.
I think
controller.
Dragonite would have been the better pick, but it was banned by Vici.
I think Death Prophet's too all in. I think you just go for a more like Puck or a Storm type hero. Like sure, it's not a pushing hero, but Luna, Dazzle, Bat is like scary enough on its own somewhat. You could still, you could kind of still get it like a Life Stealer. I guess it's not really your best offlane option. Alchemist picked by Vici again. I like this. Super played really well last game on this. They've got.
I'm very sad they're not going Void.
This minus armor, like, and physical damage from Vici Gaming is so scary.
This is a Ghost Scepter game. Well, there's still some nukes.
I think IG want a mech hero, like regardless of what they like. I think they need a hero who gets mech for the team. That's your like OD is kind of that. Yeah, it'd be a mid Doom, but I guess that's still fine.
And they've been denied the Alk by Vici.
I feel IG really need a mech against the minus armor though.
And then a lot of their team strength is that 5-man, so they could go offlane Void. That's something EG have done. They could run the Bat mid.
Yeah.
Offlane Void against this lineup wouldn't be the worst. Lycan's not that great against. You can stick the Wolves on him, but Void's pretty good against physical damage. Fairly tanky. I don't know. I don't think we'll see it, but it is something that's been done before.
I think I would have liked the Void pick more than the Luna pick here.
I do as well. Gives you better control against Lycan, and it just sets up so nicely for Witch Doctor.
Well, we'll see what IG were the ones who brought Luna into the metagame, so I have faith in Faith's draft.
Brewmaster.
Okay.
That's a good 5-man solo mid.
It's good just like take Lycan out of a fight with the Cyclone and go from there. So
Yeah, good against Lycan. It used to be mostly picked to counter Lone Druid, but it's somewhat the same principle. And Vici go Disruptor, so this puts Super onto the solo mid Alk. It should be an offlane Nyx for ROTK and support Disruptor Venge. I like the Disruptor ult versus Brewmaster and Bat. So they have a lot of ways to deal with last. So Carapace running his Firefly, swap a hero out, as well as the Glimpse back. So they have 3 pretty good ways, and Alk has long range stun. Yeah, it's still Bat, but if you're going to give him away, I like the way Vici's drafted against it. And Disruptor works quite well against Panda as well. If you glimpse him back into the Kinetic Field Static Storm, he is useless. May force 430 to go for an early BKB, which generally you don't like to do.
yeah, they picked up the Disruptor really early on. Like, I mean, not so much really early. They picked it up right after the Panda pick. Like, it didn't even seem like it was a. It doesn't seem like it was a counter to the Brewmaster, although it does match up well against him. It seems like
more for the Bat.
They were planning to get this already. Static Storm, nice, just in a general AOE as well against some of these squishy supports. So
they don't have a ton of combo potential. They've got like glimpse into a single target stun, but no kinetic field combos really.
Yeah.
With that being said, guys, it's time now for Game 3, our deciding match of Invictus Gaming versus Vici Gaming. Somebody's going home and a bit earlier than expected because DT played the role of the spoiler. Many call them a Tier 2 Chinese team. Perhaps not much for much longer. Both of these teams invited to TI4, but one of them going home a bit earlier than expected. We've got Vici on the Radiant, IG on the Dire. Vici looking for the 2-0. Reverse all kill. It's only a best of 3, but nonetheless, technically it is. Sylar on the Lycan. FY your Disruptor. That puts Fenrir onto the role of the Venge, and the solo mid position goes super as the Alk. He was super on the Alk last game, so let's see if he does it again. ROTK on the offlane Nyx Assassin. And then on the Dire side, we have Team Invictus Gaming. YYF playing the safe lane Bat. He's been pulled a bit of regen. 430 as your solo mid Brew. One of his old school signature heroes. Chuan handling the Dazzle. Luo the Luna, and then Will Leave Faith as the Witch Doctor. A triple range tri-lane with a Luna. This is a very fearsome combination.
Well, so far every offensive tri-lane has not worked, but I think this is the offensive tri-lane I have the most faith in.
Vici's tri-lane is not very strong in try-on-try. They are good in try-on-one, but not in try-on-try.
Yeah, we'll see if Vici can get control of their own pull. That's going to be key here, and I think Witch Doctor Faith is going to scatter and deward the sentry immediately. So Vici Gaming can't come in and contest this. Like, they've just got the weaker tri-lane, and this is going to be the tricky thing here. FY needs to find a good timing where he can deward the sentry.
Yeah, maybe you... What do? They've got the better pushing tri-lane. They've got 3 range shares with Luna Aura. You can't really pop Howl just to try and push it.
Sylar is dead almost. His bottom lane, he just got... one heal bomb. He went up to get a last hit, and he got hit by a heal bomb for like half his HP.
Literally the second I'm like, alright,
cast.
let's show the other lanes real quickly, and they just almost kill him.
I just happened to be there, because one Shadow Wave took away half his HP instantly. I'm just like, what did I just see?
And the problem, gods, is they drop another sentry, but...
Oh, it's out of range.
It's out of range.
He couldn't quite figure out where
that
that
first Dire
sentry
sentry was like more in this region. And
in those trees here. He may even use a Tango or something to try and break through, and he won't find it.
He's being punished for this.
Oh gosh, he's using all his Tangos here. This is disastrous.
This tri-lane is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Sylar already foresees salve, both of the sentries blown, and they've used up the Tangos too. They should lose that lane after that point. So the other lane, super. Alchemid versus Brewmaster. He is Radiant side. Look for him to stack the Ancients. You can drop Acid Spray from the low ground and then just aggro them in. And, well, offlane Nyx against Bat. So
not as bad as it sounds for the Nyx, but it is still... With the Bat Rider's low base damage, Nyx can actually last hit okay here. Like, I think this is slightly Bat favored, but not horribly Bat Rider favored.
Let's see how it works out in practice. For now, it's been pretty good for the Nyx. 4-3 to the 3-1 of the Bat. And the Bat actually blocked his own big cap, so I think they were expecting Vici to dodge. Because as a safe lane Bat, you want to just stack and farm this for yourself.
That's an unusual ward to put down.
I think he was expecting to be up against an aggressive tri-lane, and not the case.
I'm not sure what his thoughts are with that one. He's going to go for a single pull here to just pull the wave back a bit at top lane. Meanwhile, 2-minute rune coming up, picked up by the Alchemist. He heads back mid with a regen, so just allow him to keep on spamming that acid, but... He's a couple CS ahead of Ferrari, but Ferrari actually has many more denies.
What do these supports actually do for Vici? They're not the best. They're okay at ganking, but definitely not the best duo.
Sit back and hope Sylar doesn't die.
This is the don't die strat.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all they can do.
I don't think they've got no smoke. Not that you can really smoke gank anyways. I think it's really just unable to do much. And
gods, they're going to get a 2-for-1 special. This is the double D ward. I don't know if they saw this one go down. Oh, yeah, they did. Oh, yeah, they did. They have dewarded everything.
This is the new, like, off-lane tri-lane meta. You've got to bring extra sentry ward, so when your first ward gets dewarded, you go back, contest their sentry ward with your own sentry, and then keep the pull block.
And you always have the extra one to turn it around. They have dewarded 300 gold worth of sentries. That is a disaster.
And the thing is, when you offensive tri-lane, you've got the stronger tri-lane to begin with. That's why you offensive tri-lane. So the Radiant team can't contest your deward because they're just a weaker tri-lane to begin with.
The way you contest it is generally pushing the lane. Either a single pull into a push and then you go deward, or you just straight up push it, but they can't do either. So they're helpless. They never got the first camp to spawn, and it's just been all downhill since.
IG's offensive tri-lane doing really well here, but... End of the day, like, they haven't got kills. They've got Luo some good farm here. They'll throw out some casual casts. Like, they're not
just trying to mess with Sylar's last hit. He's 10-1. Luna's 19-2.
19-2. Like, end of the day, like, if sure right now Luna's ahead, but if somehow IG misstep in this bottom lane and Vici get a kill, suddenly Sylar's equal farm to the Luna, and the lane isn't one. So I think Vici Gaming are just going to play patiently. wait and hope for a mistake. And even if they don't get it, they'll still just be patient and wait for this.
They've got one more sentry.
Yeah, God,
Will this be the 4-0?
Oh man,
They're
they need to be
sending
careful.
2 supports this time. Finally, they've sent the whole team.
If they send one, they maybe get ganked because that took 4 right clicks to kill. So if that's one support right clicking 4 times, maybe they get sunned up. And
Here comes the
Ferrari.
Brewmaster. He's not level 6 yet, though.
He's scattered out by a ward too. An slightly unconventional Radiant ward, which you don't expect
This
to
is
be
the
there.
the pub ward.
Yeah, I
The
like
pub ward's strong, man. I very rarely see the pub ward get dewarded.
It's
in
one of
pro
those
games.
things you just never think. Like when Ice did it, I'm just like, that's so genius because it never gets
It's
dewarded.
so previous level, it's next level. It's the opposite of Lumi's normal pitch.
The pub ward is legit. Like I think we'll see. Like we could just see teams do it more and more until
Yeah,
until you actually see it's a trend.
This goes back to what Lodo was saying at Starladder, which is Dota is a cycle. Everything goes in cycles, and it's quite true.
Yep.
So, in the end, they take an early tier 1, but if they just abandon this lane, then Vici can catch up. Let's see if they keep the pressure up.
I'm surprised Brewmaster rotated there. Like
He didn't have level 6 either. It's just
he
like,
just
do you really
walked
need to
down
be there?
Like he picked up the rune and walked down there. Chances are, even if the pub ward's not there, there's some Radiant ward on this bottom rune seeing you rotate. Like I'm not sure what the plan was with that.
Yeah, they didn't see this one get dropped down. They didn't really see any of the Radiant wards.
Alchemist channeling a stun mid. They want to go for this kill. Ferrari gets out though.
That ain't gonna happen.
Okay. That's so fast T1 tower for IG, and Silas fine at this farming really far back here. So that's where the supports can go for that one rotation, but I think now they have to maybe head back.
Well, you can start pulling this camp as well. You can start using the Radiant jungle against them as the other
That's
option.
true.
We'll see how committed they are. That gets risky though,
What's
because
the timing on
this
that?
can happen.
Do you know what the timing for that pull is?
No. I normally just kind of do it by feel.
It looks like you'd want to do it like around maybe 5 seconds past.
Something.
Looks like
I think it's a little. Yeah, like right about
Pull
now, you'd want to be pulling them.
All right. And they're going for that. Oh no, they're just going to farm
farming
it.
it.
I think it's like 4 seconds past maybe. Actually, it's Vici rotating in super. This is scary. Super.
Dire Observer Ward. I think. It saw him.
Yep.
Well, were they? I forget if they were.
This
smoked.
is the ward that Vici Gaming had last game on the Dire side, and it did so much work. This ward spot has been like the king of ward spots in this series.
Yeah. Along with the pub ward making its first appearance, but that one's been there time and again this best of 3. So Vici, well, all things considered, they haven't fed.
Yeah.
Considering how disadvantaged their tri-lane was, that's pretty solid.
ROTK's winning top against Batrider. I'm honestly not surprised. I don't think you can say YF's played this awfully. I think it's just Nyx does not bad against Bat.
I think it's also that he ward blocked his own big camp that he could have easily been stacking.
Yeah, like that's something he'll have some regrets over.
Yeah, might keep him up at night, gods. I don't know.
YYF's.
How easy do you sleep, YYF? I really like that YYF documentary, by the way. I don't know. Do you remember? Did you see that?
I didn't ever see it. I heard about it though.
Oh, it's really good. We should play it if we have some downtime. We won't have any downtime after this game, but maybe after the
Not
next
today.
series.
Not today. Hopefully IG get through, then we can play.
I am worried for IG though. Leaving their tri-lane here is great now, but if there's one good rotation from the Alk or the Nyx, they will get team wiped. They'll lose 3 heroes.
That's the ward, man. It spots out any Alk rotations. Look at these Radiant sentries. They sentry all over their jungle looking for the ward because they need a D ward for Super to be able to gank the tri-lane, but this ward is going to scout out Super unless he picks up a smoke or he TP's bottom, both of which is possible. Like, he's got the TP there.
Game of wards.
Oh, and speaking of wards, Lycan, he has mobile wards.
Oh, they'll find the wolves.
Yeah.
Got him, boys.
They were trying to gank mid, but not going to succeed. Nah, it's still okay.
It was getting a little risky to stay in the tri-lane, and now the Nyx is missing, so a good move to back off.
Bat's got his blink soon, so Nyx has Arcane Boots. He's actually gone for a Vendetta rotation. He's going to try to see what he can find, but that's absolutely nothing.
Oh, they slow down the Lycan, but he's a comeback hero, man.
Both teams playing cat and mouse. He is a comeback hero, and he's 27 CS. He's already come back as far as I'm concerned this game.
It's really the bat that's the key, though. IG have secured a pretty fast blink. ROTK slipping a bit in terms of his farm. Has the Arcane Boots. He's done fine for the matchup, but now IG can use Panda Ult, Blink Dagger, look to get a kill, and then take a tower with the Luna Aura. And if they can find a kill, a tower, they can start to snowball this game. And we'll see if they're able to do it.
Yeah, it's not just going to be a bat with a fast blink. Ferrari on 1700 gold.
Oh, he's almost got his blink as well. They don't even really need it, but it helps with the double blink.
Yeah. Maybe expect, like, often most Brewmasters like Air and I think even Lua when he played would go Arcane Boots into the blink, but with the bottle, I think he just decides that's going to be enough mana regen for him.
They were both playing Safe Flame Brewer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're Safe Flame. Air plays a bit of both.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't actually see any of the Air games because I was casting other stuff, but I read about them. Yeah, people were
He's a beast.
going. I saw not true. I saw a little bit of his Ags Brewmaster. He was using everything. Boulder tosses on cooldown, thunderclaps on cooldown, drunken hazes, tornadoes, dispels.
Smoked in the trees at top, but you're not going to find anyone just yet.
The Firefly's running out soon. Is he just going to hang around and wait for round 2?
He's going to go into the lane. He kind of had to at that point.
Alex Dunn's coming in. He can blink. It will still follow him, but Luo almost running into it.
Hey, think about it. F-Byte's got a glimpse.
They've got a glimpse, but it's not much of a glimpse. Now the Luna retreating out. Watch for the Panda ult. If he gets into this fight, this could be very bad. 430 has Blink Gold. He's going to run to the side shop. He'll buy his Blink.
He's a bit slow on the buy. Where's that quick buy?
Super.
Oh, Alk just stunned himself.
You could go for this.
He's in Viso.
Nah. No, yeah, no.
Wywave's got another Firefly. That's actually really important to have the Firefly. I think...
But they're split pushing with Lycan. This is good for Vici. They
Vici
see
may
both
just
of the
sack the
blinks,
tower.
and they'll split push.
Yeah, I think they just give up this tower. IG say we don't want to split push. Sylar's actually TP bottom. He may go for the kill on Sylar.
Trying to stall him. Now that they've seen the bat out of the lane, they could look to defend top, perhaps. 430 going to make this tricky, though.
And Sylar's still getting the tier 1. The TP from Batrider.
He can't fight against the right click.
That was a... If you're not going to stop the push, you should be staying
coming
with your
in
team
without.
top.
From the side, straight onto Luo. They'll need a timely grave here from Chuan. He gets it off. It's a pretty decent timing for it, but now it's 5 heroes top. They'll have the 1 man advantage. The Brewmaster just not doing enough. He might kill off Sylar, but they've already lost 2 on the back. Sylar hoofing it out of there. He'll retreat. They could kill off the Brew too. Another Boulder Toss trying to finish off Fenrir. He gets off the stun on the Fire Panda. Keeps on running. He'll respawn here in a few seconds. Blinks out in the nick of time, but just better movement by Vici. They force the bat off the lane. Then they TP in the Lycan top. They get the tower, and they get the first blood.
IG just got, like, greedy in the sense they wanted it all. We'll see if they can actually turn anything around at top lane. RTK maledicted up. He's still pretty healthy. Ferrari doesn't want to go. There's a lasso coming out with a clap from Ferrari after a blink. This will be the death of the FY.
Crit.
Oh, RTK in trouble too. He's out of mana, doesn't have a Carapace, and he will go down as well to a couple more right clicks. Lycan's actually gotten 1 kill. Alchemist wants another. Oh, it's Luo, these wolves. They're expiring soon. 1 crit, and he crits. Oh, he gets the magic wand off. He'll be okay.
He'll be healed up under the tower. So it's 3-2 your score, and the graph swings back the way of Vici Gaming.
Yeah.
So in the end, they get the first blood, they get 2 kills, and they get the tower bottom, and they defend top. They've also seen the blink, so they won't be caught off guard by those. Considering how the tri-lane went, huge win for Vici. IG do bring it back a bit there at the end.
I don't think IG will be happy with what YWF did there. He TP'd bottom, and he doesn't even, like, he had no way to defend to fight the Lycan and defend the tier 1 tower, and then they didn't have him top for the fight. If he was still there for that top tier 1 tower push and fight, I think that trade goes very differently.
Yeah, it's like he had lasso. He's like, I don't want to lasso this Lycan. He's just going to right-click me with wolves and kill me. Well. So he didn't do anything in the end. Sylar's got his Vlad's online now. Suddenly Tread's picked up, and he's your second lead farmer in terms of CS.
Yeah.
Good start for him.
Both teams are very even on farm. Like, looking just at net worth, it's like the top 4, 2 on each side, pretty much identical.
The Alk almost has mech. Super is actually the most farmed here in the game with the first blood. I believe he was the one who got it. Yeah, he did.
Ready to dive top lane. This is where Nyx is a complete beast.
No
in these
level
fights
6
as well.
on Luna. Oh, they could really use it right now.
Oh, they draw aggro of the creeps.
They'll get the vision. The Impale's going to connect on Luo. They will get a grave off here, though. They grave him. They'll have to fight, stand their ground for now. Lasso available, but YWF walks into Carapace, then gets impaled. Can't get off a thing. Brew's got no ultimate for 5 seconds. Sylar retreating out.
Luo's still alive, though, through all of that.
Oh, boy. But no Eclipse. He can't do anything. I'll just watch his teammates go down 1 by 1. Vici just overrunning IG. They even bought back on Chuan.
Yeah, he's going to die a second time.
Well, this might be a dieback. The last time he bought back, it didn't really cost them, but this time around, Alkstun's ready. Chuan, we've seen this movie before, God, so we know how it ends. Chuan running into the enemy tower and feeding his life away. He didn't have Grave either. He had already used it in the last fight.
Some of the more questionable buybacks from Chuan in this series, and IG suddenly in a lot of trouble here in game number 3.
I guess he leads them away so Luo can retreat. He didn't have a TP, but is it worth it?
I don't actually know if they realized Luo was still up there regardless, so they're not checking it now. Not that they would anyways. And this is where Vici Gaming, they're actually really strong and scary. They've got Lycan with a Vlad's, Alchemist with Mech. Sure, Lycan can split push, but join a fight with an early Vlad's and he does a ton of damage, and you're really hard to deal with. And Nyx was such a clever pick this game. He's doing some great initiations. He made it so when YWF blinked in, he immediately got stunned up by the Carapace, and it's
smart build as well. I mean, you generally see it anyway, but yeah, going max Carapace, that is what you want. And he's almost got blink, 1,400 gold.
When RTK gets a blink, like IG, I think have to play super defensively.
The other thing that Vici are doing, which is smart, is playing around the Brewmaster ult's cooldown. It is a very long cooldown spell, over 2 minutes, and whenever it's down, that's when you take your fights.
Yeah.
And then with a mech with the low cooldown spells like the Alk Stun, Nyx Vendetta, all of their spells, I think Static Storm's their longest cooldown spell, and that is not very long. Well, aside from things like Lycanroc at level 1, but who cares about that?
Well, Vici Gaming with this mech plus Vlad's up, they just take free, uncontested tier 1 tower mid. IG will get the trade up top, but that was a much less important tier 1 tower, and already a tower that was down to like 200 HP, so...
IG are running, well, and if you keep on trading towers, you give Sylar his Necro Book, and
yeah.
Good luck stopping his split push. All they really have on him is Lasso. I don't know if that's enough lockdown to deal with the Lycan.
There's a big Ancient stack now.
Ah, they'll clean it up, too.
Well, leaves it for the Alchemist, Sylar.
Second time that they've gotten a big Ancient stack up. They had one in Game 1, very early for Super. To me, that's the best thing about the Alk pick for Vici, and they do it much more than other teams, is they pick Alk and they stack Ancients with him. Max Acid Spray. A lot of teams just run Alk like as a casual Alk pick, but this is one of his very underrated attributes.
Yeah. I think the hero is still very viable, but it's hard to fit in. IG maybe smoking up. I'm going to figure this one out, and Super is so damn low here.
Oh, he's got the mech, though. He's got a regen, but he gets clapped into face.
That was...
They needed that. He did get most of the Ancient stack first.
It's good awareness because they know he's doing that, but if he isn't that... Like, he had a regen room, which he could have procced, like...
He could have mech'd and then just ran away and... Yeah,
I would say that was lucky from IG. I mean, lucky in the sense that like they just had to catch Alchemist when he was that low. Because if he doesn't die to the clap, the Static Storm comes in and neither of those two heroes die.
And they're getting a tower now.
Yeah.
Can Vici defend this? They are TPing in some heroes.
Dota is a game like there's always some of those luck factor coming in. Game 2 is the Sanking Haste
RTK's wrapping around though. He's got an Impale. He could connect on 2, 3, 4, or 0. Airballs it.
Yeah, it's RTK. You
has no blink. Now the lasso him. He didn't get off the Carapace in time. They might lose their Nyx to start this fight. The Panda ult gets deployed. They swap RTK out. The mech's going to keep him alive. The Cyclone's there, but they're already in a headlong retreat. The Wolves are coming in. They have brought down Fenrir, the Vengeful Spirit, who went for that swap. Boulder toss. The turnaround comes. FY will fall to the Lucent Beam. IG really turning this fight. They've brought down 2. The Lycan ult's over. Soon. Oh, boy.
Well, they bait him onto the high ground. RTK's low. Here goes your Eclipse from Lou. RTK gets the Carapace off. That stuns Lou up. He does no damage with it. RTK beasting this game. And now Sylar's on the hot pursuit. We'll find Chuan. Doesn't have a grave. Chuan should go down. No further chases going on the IG lineup here. But that I was so scared for Vici Gaming when that Eclipse was coming out. But
and Roche,
Chuan,
what do you know? They're right at Roche. That Carapace definitely... Because the Luna couldn't run in. She got... Carapace stun, that was a level 4 Carapace. He was stunned for ages. Yeah, that was the if there was no Carapace, he kills off ROTK on Nyx and gets a couple Eclipse beams on I think the Lycan. And here's the thing, IG have no Eclipse and no panel, and they've got to contest this Roche. They're going for it. Maybe a steal here. Witch Shocked Ultimate from the high ground gets stunned, Faith. There's no lasso either. YYF, all he can do is 4-step in, try and finish this off, but they'll lose Faith. Now they've fed another kill, and does he blink? They're just trying to buy time. So risky. They'll come in now. Can they really turn this fight? A nice Static Storm. IG caught. He gets the Aegis. The Aegis is stolen, but is it going to be enough? Ferrari may go down here. He's in the Roshan pit getting chain stunned up, and well, not so much chain stunned as stun overlap, but he'll go down regardless. Trying for the TP out as well. No, the TP. He cancels it. Ferrari turn around. He might kill off Super. Lua still alive. One more nuke. Go down. Oh no! The plays. Oh my god. Heading on for a little while. Oh, he goes down in the end. Nyx YOLO's in. ROTK going big, going ham here. He's going to pop the Carapace as well. Now, IG want to chase him down. Can he? He's got Blink, though. He can get out of this one. Buyback from the Alchemist. Vici Gaming want to keep on fighting. The fight that just keeps on giving. And now ROTK with a Vendetta doesn't have mana for an Impale, but Chuan, if he gets stunned, he's dead. Oh, they could just look for a body block here. Try and set up an Impale. Oh, they won't get in range. Just one more mana burn. Blink mana burn? Blink mana burn? Oh, he could have gone for that. It's like a suicide, though. Like, not for a dazzle. RTK says, even I don't go for that one. So, in the end, who didn't die that fight? Lycan didn't die, I think, and now he's got Necro 3 nearly. Brewmaster RNG'd the hell out of Vici game. When he dived into the Roshan pit, he gets away with a blink because they miss 3 attacks in a row so he can actually blink away from them. It was just insane luck from Ferrari. He did end up getting chased down regardless, but what a crazy team fight in 3 different locations at once. IG, they're not done. They want to fight right again. They're smoked up. Chuan, what are you doing, Chuan? He reveals himself from smoke with a accidental right click. But it's okay. He set up this. Oh, and Ferrari runs. Fenrir's gonna not good. Reveal it and get out. They're going for the T1 tower though. They still have Aegis, I think, on bat. Yeah, they've got Aegis on bat. IG have Aegis, so maybe they can just take fights now. I thought YYF went down. He actually lived after stealing it.
Yeah, it was he blinked in, then full-staffed out, and doesn't find the lasso though.
Glimpse. No, it's a little bit too early. It'll send him back to the high ground. The Static Storm's quite good though. Faith, 430, trapped in it. If they don't get off this Panda ult, it's going to be all over Red Rover for this team fight. It will be. Now Faith, one more right click will be enough to finish him. The Wolf, the Alk in hot pursuit, but this cask keeps on bouncing, keeps them alive. It's a really low duration Alk stun, barely even touches YYF. Faith from the high ground. Look at it go, man.
Even
Great
if he
plays.
dies, he's going to live.
What
the
a play.
voodoo.
The Wolves are gone. On the other side of the fight, they've lost their Aegis already,
out.
though. So Vici do get rid of that. Oh, these
That would have been
plays from Faith.
so good if Brewmaster got his ultimate off for IG. Unfortunately, not the case. But
Static Storm is definitely saving this game for Vici right now.
oh my
These have been some clutch kinetic field Static Storms from FY. And at the supports have been playing really well this game in general.
Nyx again goes in with a nice, and ROTK as well. I think he's been, he's 1-3 with 8 assists, but I think he's been huge in these fights. He got off a multiple hero Impale as well as the Carapace, which again stunned Luo. Like when Luo tried to use the Eclipse, this time the Eclipse did finish him off because he was too close to it, even though the first beam got Carapace, but ROTK's been really clutch with his initiation.
As well as IG are playing, I'm still worried because this Lycan has not died yet, is 7-0-3, has 10k net worth, has a Necro 3, and all they have on his split push is Lasso. Like, outside of Lasso, they can't really lock him down, so...
You micro that Primal Split, you use the Dispel on Necrobooks, man.
He's getting close to an Axe. Does that still... I think Winter says to that and it doesn't work.
Oh, doesn't do damage? It's only... It's very low damage. Or at least it's low Dispel. I don't know if it does damage.
Yeah, I believe Winter said he tested the Dispel on summon units and
really?
it doesn't work on them anymore.
It used to in
I think in
Dota 1.
Dota 1 it did.
Volvo, please fix. This is important. Brewmaster's leading the way towards TI4.
If I'm wrong about that, then I'm probably just misquoting Winter,
No.
so just blame me. But I think that's... He said he tested it because it's like such an obscure mechanic that you want to be right about
I know
it.
it dispels like Omni Knight spells, like Repel and even GA, I think.
Yeah.
Ooh, smoke from Vici.
They'll
Ferrari
find Faith
actually
here.
reveals it.
ROTK, the Impale's off the mark. Now they go on Faith instead. Well, he's dead.
Ferrari, he shows up with a blink clap, doesn't get the ulti off, Insta-Static Storm from FY, what a play! The Grave is there, this may save Ferrari, may allow him to get the ultimate off, but he's out of mana, he's gonna go down as well. Oh,
plays from
FY, you hero.
He's been on his A game so far.
That was instant. Ferrari could have gone for a blink ulti and he would have been fine, but he went, I would say greedy, but like
blink clap ulti.
9 times out of 10, you're fine there. The 1 time out of 10 is when you're versing FY though.
Quick reactions.
That was an insta-Static Storm. He was just fast fingers on that. And at the same time, he's anticipating, he's realizing the only way we lose this fight is to the Brewmaster blinking in. Let's try and get this Static Storm to cancel that.
My oh my. Lycan's still not dead. 8-0-4. They aggressive tri-laned him. He's not been the playmaker, but he has just had a free reign of it.
He's so far on top of the net worth chart right now, it's scary.
The thing is, I mean, what do you go here? I imagine BKB? IG don't have much on that.
Yeah.
They have very little to deal with a BKB.
Well, in the this series, we've seen 2 offensive trial-ins fail, and it looks like we may see a third. Not to say the offensive trial-in did poorly, it's just they couldn't really transition that well. Like, their supports have no farm.
It's also been, I believe it's been dire offensive trial-ins every game. Is that correct? I think so. But at least 2 of them.
Yeah, they've been swapping sides back and forth, so yes?
Let's see, who won game 1? Game 1 was IG. Okay, no, game 2 was Radiant offensive.
So, yeah, game 1 and 2 are both Radiant offensive trial-ins then.
Yeah.
I believe.
Never mind. Looking for a pattern, but coming up.
It's okay.
Coming up empty here. But
You're all good, LD.
credit for trying, though.
Man, IG is so deep in the enemy jungle here. They're really trying to make something happen with their draft. They haven't been scouted out. They've got wards down aggressively, and we'll see what they
Just
can
the freaking
find.
Wolves, though. You always have to be worried about them, and they're on a little scouting mission of their own, heading towards the Ancients. They're going to find them soon.
This observer they put behind the tier 2 bottom tower is so underwhelming, though. It doesn't. These trees like block the vision. Like you would think, like, oh, the ward's on the high ground, it should see vision down, but it doesn't.
That.
It's so useless. Not useless, but it's so just unimpressive with the vision.
It's difficult to deward if you sentry this hill. It won't be in range, but
that's
difficult to deward wards that don't give you good vision are just whatever.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I don't think it'd get dewarded regardless up there, because I don't think Vici Gaming realized IG just went so deep in their jungle.
They do have a Necro 3, but yeah, normally you're going to reserve that for the actual push. He's got 3,200 gold, though. Sylar. YYF's on a little bit of a mission here. He's Fireflied up.
Dude, Sylar's Lycan's just so good. Like, he's played flawlessly this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely FY and ROTK, the 2 to hype up in terms of their individual play.
Lycan's on a playmaking hero.
Yeah, your job is to not die, farm, and split push efficiently.
These swaps this game.
He also had a nice
amazing
mana burn
too.
on the Brewmaster in that fight, which is one of the reasons why he didn't get off his
Yep.
ultimate. So, good micro in the clutch.
I think Fenrir has got the worst score of any hero in the game, but his swaps have won team fights. Like saving what was it, the Alchemist mid earlier on. Like he saved teammates in very important times.
That's been the story for Vici. It's really not their big name carry players, the Sylar, Super RTK. It's been the less accomplished supports who.
It's kind of the way they draft though. Like they put the supports on the playmakers and like super like an Alchemist again. It's not a playmaking hero. Nyx kind of is, and we've seen RTK come up.
It's hard to target that stun sometimes.
You gotta just you
get fogged.
Alchemist is one of those heroes you either just look like oh good he's getting good stuns off, or you look like a complete noob by stunning yourself over and over again. There's no like you look amazing on Alchemist ever. It's always either bad or just good. There's no like oh amazing Alchemist.
BKB up on Lycan. 25 minutes in. This guy is ready to hit late game.
Luna's got his BKB, but Luo...
But who's going to do more in the team fights? Lycan with a BKB when IG have no physical damage except for a Luna's level 2 Lunar Blessing right clicks?
Yep.
Or Lycan who's got Necro 3 BKB and Max How.
IG can still drag this game as much as they can, hopefully, as much as possible, because that's where late game Batrider is really good. Luna. I think Lycan somewhat tapers off a bit.
Yeah. He's still a good man fight carry if you get Abyssal Blade AC, those types of items. But if Luna manages to get 5-6 slotted, she should be able to outcarry Lycan. But that's assuming that they just have a head-to-head fight, and Lycan can always resort to split push. He's also better at hunting supports on the back lines and just moving around the fights freely.
I think I like the Vici Gaming late game supports a little bit better. Like Dazzled Grave is one of the best spells in the game and just late game, but Witch Doctor
can be amazing, but let's be honest. Chances of Faith getting off a full duration ult without a BKB, very slow.
And even Maledict is one of those spells which sounds great on paper, but very rarely will you see it come into play. The frontliners, Alchemist as well as Lycan, both have BKB. Witch Doctor is going to struggle, and that's where like Vengeful Spirit swap is like to me that's comparable to the Grave late game, and then Disruptor just does more than a Witch Doctor late game.
Here comes RTK. He wants to deliver the knockout blow, but IG playing this one safe. They'll sit back, work on the tower, double damage rune online. There's still a tier 2 bottom they can rotate for, and they'll have to TP out if they want to go for that, but Roche is up, and they don't want to give this Roche up. If they TP out too many heroes, IG might try and snipe it. Do they just give up the tower? No, they'll TP 1. Just the Alk.
So, well, I think they wait for the Alk before they're going to just use this time to de-ward, push up bottom lane, and then probably gather up near Roche, but IG will be ready to contest this. So.
They've got a gem up on FY. I'm not sure if we mentioned that, but
yeah,
just good for the map control.
Both teams with gem. YYF has one as well, so he's actually trying to sweep through, find any wards near the Roshan pit, because vision around the Roshan pit's going to be pretty crucial at this stage.
Indeed, it is, but not going to find anyone.
I like Vici Gaming because Lycan walls are like mobile wards at this stage. That's where you can get great control of the Roshan pit.
That's why they got the gem. That's the. Yeah, it's good for dewarding, but I feel like Lycan wolves alone kind of just require a gem purchase.
Yeah. There's an Ag Scepter on Ferrari.
This could be big.
Oh, yeah. And he needs to get his ulti off, so hopefully there's a change of pace there.
In games like this, you will sometimes see Brewmaster players just rush BKB.
Yeah, that's what Air's been going BKB almost every time after Ag Scepter. Sometimes before.
There's been a blink in, but a great swap by Fenrir. It's already level 2. 430. He gets Carapace done. Then he's got the Static Storm. He won't get off his ultimate.
That Witch Doctor ultimate, though, doing some work from the side here, but it won't kill off anyone, though. And now Witch Doctor's trapped.
Unless they can cancel his TP. Is there anything to stun him? No glimpse.
So, IG cut their losses, but...
This Brewmaster is not having fun this game. I mean, I mentioned Disruptor is good against Brew, but I did not expect him to be this good against Brewmaster.
He needs to just start going for blink ultis. Every time he goes for the clap, he pays for it. This, like, RTK gets the... I don't even think the Carapace was for the Brewmaster. It was for the Batrider, I think, but it just so happened... He pops the Carapace to stun Batrider, and then he blink claps into the Carapace. Like, it looked amazing from RTK, but realistically it wasn't even the intended target. But here we go, 5 seconds, Brewmaster's back, so they can still defend Raxus.
They don't have a lasso for 18 seconds, though, and Vici, they'll know that. Yeah. They want to try and just force this a bit.
I think they should have just gone Roshan there while Brewmaster was dead, but maybe they fall back and still go Roshan here.
He actually didn't have buyback either, but not sure if they realized.
They do some damage to the tier 3, but getting an Aegis there I think would have been
better. They could have Roche. Maybe they thought he had buyback, but even so, lasso was on cooldown.
Yep. Oh, things getting very tense here. Faith, if he had an accept of that fight, maybe he does get a kill, but It was good positioning from Faith, but the problem is there was no Brewmaster ultimate. Brewmaster got of an ulti, that could have been really nice for IG with an Eclipse.
It's so hard for Bat now. He's got Blink Force, but Fenrir's already got the level 2 ultimate. Eclipse comes from the backside. They've isolated Tyler, but he just pops BKB. He tries to trap Luo into the Thunderdome. Can't quite do it. I was on the chase. Look at the crit damage and Impale. They're waiting for this BKB to end. They need a few more right clicks. One more crit. Blinking from RTK. Tanks a Maledict to the face, but Faith gets his ult canceled instantly. Impale will connect. That's on Faith. He is graved up for the time being. The Luna's out of this fight. Tries to come back in for a solitary losing beam. They brought down RTK. They brought down the Venge to start the fight. They're all still alive, but
Faith is a hero. He saved that fight here. Now Super's in trouble. Pops a BKB.
Has no TP. They can maybe just run him down.
He's got backup in the form of Sylar. Buyback from the Assassin. They want to take this fight for Rari.
I don't know. There's no Panda
Double
now.
buybacks.
IG probably want to run. They get 2 heroes done. Force staffing himself into 2. Then the follow-up from the Nyx only clips Chuan, though. But the Lycan's back in. He's got his ultimate online again. He's already level 16. It's got a 40-second cooldown, but gets clapped, gets Drunken Haze. The Wolves clean up the Witch Doctor. Now onto Luo. They're just rolling over IG. The swap
Maledict kills Lycan! That's a godlike streak being ended! The Witch Doctor Maledict! I doubted it! It's getting a kill here. YYF gonna go down.
Well. 430 glimpse, though. He won't get out of this one. Buyback from the bat. They're not done yet. Everybody pretty much dead. Can they go Roche now?
Insanity here. These fights.
Just someone.
Ferrari Manda, the Ferrari I think did really well there because the Maledict hit the Lycan and he was so dead. He was surrounded by 2 or 3 heroes, but he just kept on right-clicking crit after crit onto the Lycan. The Maledict gets the kill.
Now Carapace,
this is really bad,
now YYF. If he gets killed off here, that's definitely Roche.
Get out. No full staff to chase from RTK.
So they bought back on the Bat on the Dire side, and they also bought back on the Nyx.
Yep, and Vengeful Spirit as well.
And Venge.
So 2 Vici Gaming buybacks. By no means was that a convincing Vici Gaming teamfight win.
No, it was an IG win, because they have an extra buyback, they tipped down in terms of gold.
Faith Ag Scepter suddenly.
And they ended that big streak.
That's Faith. Faith's getting that gold is actually not too bad. A level 2 ulti with Ag Scepter is going to be scary. He's 100 away.
I guess the thing is, in theory, it's very hard for him to get off the ultimate. I think the problem, though, is just Witch Doctor. Nyx. Nyx can always just Carapace, and your ult splashing everywhere, and
he's got a time.
He's got to hit the level 16 before he gets the bounce, though.
Faith saved Luo so hard that fight. Anyway. When Luo was running down river with the BKB on and Nyx was waiting for the Impale, he hit the Carapace on the Nyx, preventing the Impale, and Luo lived because of Faith there. And then they get 2 kills off of it. Faith played that fight so well.
Okay, I misspoke. You actually get just 1 with the level 16 Death Ward.
Okay.
But you just get a flat 4 at all levels with the eggs, it looks like. So that's actually bad until he gets BKB. That means the Nyx will be hit. And we'll be Carapacing and canceling that. He's got to wait out Carapace, Swap, Magic Missile, Glimpse, Kinetic Field, Nyx Stun. It's very hard to get this ult
Ag's
off.
upgrade on Witch Doctor is one of the crazier. Like, it just goes from
the
quadruples in damage.
The theoretical DPS is absurd.
Yeah. He's thinking BKB next, I feel. Okay, so RTK Vendetta up. He's going to go on a bit of a scouting mission. Have IG still got Gem? Yes, they do on the Batrider. That's pretty important for them. They'd love to get a BKB with him as well, but that's still 3k gold away for IG, YYF.
Well, now if either team goes into the pit, I feel like they're going to have trouble.
Yeah, I don't think either team can rush.
If IG goes into the pit, they get caught by Static Storm on 3-4 heroes, they're going to lose. If Vici go into the pit, they get lassoed, Witch Doctor finds a good high ground ultimate. You know, like maybe they even force staff him into some trees up here, or he just worms his way in from the back, then it'll go bad for Vici.
IG at this stage really want to stall this game for their BKBs, and like as many BKBs as possible. Witch Doctor would love one, Brewmaster, as well as Batrider. All 3 of those heroes need a BKB in the late game scenario, but I don't know how much time Vici Gaming will give him to farm these items. As for Luo, well, he's going to have a Manta style soon maybe. He needs just whatever farm he can get, so there's just not enough farm to go around for IG.
He's a bit poor.
Yeah, he's 3rd on the net worth, behind even the Alchemist. And that's
he's 5k down on Lycan.
Man, this Alchemist again, like it's one of those Alchemist, one of those series you just don't see his impact in a team fight, but like end of the day, he racks up huge kills and assists and does a lot.
Both teams are so close. It's a double smoke. They're like a few inches away. The Wolves don't spot them, and Vici head the wrong direction. Oh, that could have been such a good team fight too.
Oh, they're wrapping around. They're trying to find anyone. RTK leading the charge.
They're like, no, they're over here. I swear. And they're over here. I swear.
They've got no wards to do any offensive warding, IG, and this Radiant Ward may scout the Firefly out. It will if their eyes on it.
Well, now they've dewarded. Yeah. Now they've definitely been spotted. They'll deward as well. Both teams spot each other out.
Okay, so I think IG say, get the hell out. We don't want to take this fight at this position.
Not when they're up on the high ground.
Yeah. It's so hard for Bat. Like, you can't get good Blink initiations off against Vengeful Spirit. It's a level 2 swap now, and I think IG may have to just give up Roche.
Oh, they're just going to YOLO it. Straight into the pit they go. Firefly's cooling down in 5 seconds. The Flame Break will push 2 away. They've spotted this out. The engage could begin any second. They're just waiting for Firefly, waiting for the Roche steal. He'll Firefly high. He spotted out the Aegis, chips away at Super. He can go in any second now. Siler will pop BKB. The Aegis snatch. YYF delivers again. What a play. Double Aegis snatch.
Doesn't matter. Brewmaster didn't get off the ulti for like the 5th time this game. The swap out can almost save one, and now IG are just crippling.
God,
one by one.
And they lost the Aegis as well.
Like...
But got to give YYF credit there. That was he's done a great Dendy impersonation. Double Aegis steal of the same game.
The problem was both him and Brewmaster went for the Aegis steal. Like, Ferrari went in blink clapping, and I don't even know if he tried to ulti or not, but he did not get an ulti off. He didn't take the Aegis, which meant he was as good as dead once he got stunned. And again,
Disruptor just ruins Panda.
I haven't seen.
He's been ruined by the Panda Or the Panda's been ruined by the Disruptor so many times.
You know, I've seen one of the games he played recently, he went BKB before Agceptor. And I think this is one of the games where I think Ferrari should have gone BKB over Agceptor and got the Agceptor second.
You definitely need one, but yeah, I agree. He needed one first. Well, it's easy to say in hindsight, but it's just so many ways to prevent him from getting off his ult.
Yeah.
Blink Clap, you get Carapace done, then you get Kinetic Field, Static Storm, a lot of other disables, and just burst damage from Vici, and... Oh, they've found their opening. They've taken the melee racks mid. YYF will jump in. Oh, that was not a good time to go. They wanted some opening. They'll get Aux done here, only onto Faith. Can they swap him in for a potential kill? Not gonna happen.
I think they look for the lassos on Fenrir, just because anyone else you lasso is gonna get swapped and saved. So I think you just say, well,
there's still the glimpse though. It's just annoying.
Yeah, take what pickups you can get, and I don't know what.
I mean, look at the range on glimpse. It's like, does it even matter?
Well. With no Aegis, Sylar and Vici Gaming don't care. They're going high ground regardless.
Blink Impale. They'll force out the BKB. Now they just want to get out.
That's not good.
Wait out that BKB. No, they'll just go in. Straight onto YYF. There is still a panel. Look at it go. Faith dropping the ultimate. They're tanking this. Doing quite a bit of damage. Not enough. Not enough.
Oh my god. The Primal Split finally getting cast here. The swap out from Fenrir actually saves his life. And the last Brewmaster's Primal Split minion is going to go down. I think that's the death of Brewmaster. 430 goes down, and possibly that's the game. IG going to lose their second set of Raxes.
Go.
Look at the Raxes go, LD. Oh, they got the glimpse back on Chuan.
It's over.
Sun on Luo.
It's all over for IG. They've gotten 2-1 by Vici, knocked out of the summit, and now Vici have a date with LGD in your loser bracket round 3 match. Winner playing the loser of DT versus Newbie. Winner of that into the grand final. So Vici stay alive, but it was a back-and-forth series, to put it mildly.
That was a crazy game theory. I saw those drafts and just thought, I'm so surprised both these teams are pulling. I mean, I think Vici Gaming less surprising, but the IG draft, going for some of this picks in these lanes was just really unexpected and aggressive, and it didn't work out. I like the guts they showed, but I think YYF's play has not been on point today. I think Chuan, a couple weird buybacks from him. I just think IG just didn't play their best and sharpest Dota.
And Disruptor just too good against Panda. You have to get the BKB. I think that was the #1 item selection that did them in, but everyone had that great start too.
Everyone on Vici Gaming played, I would say, not flawlessly, but really, really well.
Very
they performed.
solid.
ROTK's initiations were great. Fenrir had clutch swaps. Super on Alchemist, to me, he's just one of those unsung heroes because of Alchemist as a hero not really offering a whole lot, well, not really being as visibly obvious. And then you have FY, the shining star as far as the outcome, and then Sylar, 12-1-12. You can't argue with the results there. So I think you look at Vici Gaming, you see a team who everyone stepped up when it came down to an elimination match and played fantastic. You look at IG and think there were 2 or 3 players who just didn't play their best Dota.
Yes, I agree. Chuan with some questionable buybacks and just the whole team. Not quite on their A game, but, well, unfortunately for IG, they got knocked down to the losers bracket early. It was always going to be tough for them to claw their way back, and they are officially eliminated from the summit. We'll take a look at those brackets. Our next match will be this one, Vici versus LGD China. LGD China got a bit farther. Well, we'll see if they can continue moving forward. They've done better in this tournament than some previous ones, though. They got eliminated extremely early in WVW, and just they've looked underwhelming elsewhere in WPC and so forth. So
Vici Gaming will have a lot of momentum moving forward. LGD have some replay footage though to look over and see how Vici Gaming like to play, how they like to draft. But yeah, so we'll see. I think you give Vici Gaming the slight edge there, but LGD, anything can happen.
Well, with that being said, guys, that's going to wrap up IG versus VG. There's two more best of threes coming up. Now VG versus LGD, then and Newbie versus DT. Your final matches of the day for the Summit Asia. Prize pool has exceeded 105,000. Thanks for your support. We'll announce stretch goals soon, but for now, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll be live. Stay tuned for our next best of three.